This is a new road that was built for logging a few years back. Here you have some exposed rock here, which is mostly chert and some other chert-like rock, very silicous rock. Chert is often associated with VMS deposits. So all this rock here that was brought in was actually from a quarry about 500 meters away. So half the samples you find are mineralized, and we've checked out the quarry, and some of the mineralization comes from the actual quarry. Some is actually native to this area, and you do have pyrite, chalcopyrite in minor amounts, but mostly bornite in these rocks here from the quarry. You also have lots of quartz carbonate here, which is again another type that is associated with hydrothermal activity. You can just see bornite all in this rock. We have analyzed it. There wasn't too much values for anything in that. Lots of mineral like this, that, this. All along this road, where the original road used to be, we've dug a bunch of pits and some oxidized soils. Here is really oxidized. You can see areas like this. And on the side of the road you can see very oxidized soil and water flowing down into here. This used to be flooded, but not anymore. Then we came upon this area, and just the luck of the draw, our first test pit was right here, and that's what we pulled out of it. So this was taken out about a month ago, and you can see still not dried out. So we thought something was odd about this because we saw a lot of sparkling in there. If you take a look, you can see how that glistens. And this whole area is just underlain with this. You have a layer of oxidization in soils, which has no apparent value. You have another layer of sort of a honey-colored clay, which is obviously deteriorated. And we've had it tested with an XRF. And there is consistently between about 15 and 45 grams per ton of gold in this clay. So if you know anything about clay, it doesn't generally allow minerals such as gold to go through it. But the odd thing about this clay is it is entirely disseminated in the clay evenly. So we have a deposit of clay with gold in it. You have between 1 and 3% vanadium and titanium, as well as we've had samples where we've had 2% copper in clay. So we don't entirely know what this means yet. We're waiting for results from the lab and the regional geologist. But I just thought I'd show you this because it is very interesting. Fresh core here from this hole. We've cored down with our soil auger about a meter below this water level, and we're at clay. We are hitting some hard rocks, so there might be a layer of gravel in between or something. And here is some of the more deteriorated stuff. And as you can see, not much of a sparkle there, but if you go to your gray blue, you definitely have mineralization inside the clay. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to take some of this clay here, and I'm going to take a couple different layers. You have a bit more grayish stuff here that's been dried. You got the fresh blue stuff there, and you got your oxidized layer on top. I'm going to take some samples from each. I got a nice fancy microscope at home that can take some pictures, and we'll get a good look at these. Okay, so we're making our way over. We're about 20 meters or 60 feet away from that last couple pits. You can see the bank here is completely oxidized. Just gross liquid leaching out. Oxidization all over the rocks. A couple more pits here that we've dug. You can see more of your blue clay. This was dug about 3 weeks ago, and you can just see how saturated it still is. You can see all the sulfides again all throughout. Another one here. More of your blue clay. This was dug at the same time. Take a look at the sparkle in that. Here's a freshly dug piece right here. So, interesting deposit of clay with gold, vanadium, titanium, and other minerals like copper. So we have about a 50 to 100 meter area where we've located this stuff so far. We haven't searched on the outskirts, but we know this does continue down this oxidized layer down over into the bushes here, and we've chased the layer of oxidization on the surface for about 100 meters that way, and it's about 50 meters wide this way. Previous junior mining company who did exploration in the area had a magnetometer survey done, and this area directly where this deposit is, there's an anomaly. Obviously they didn't pursue it, you could look on the back side of the mountain over there, or the back side of this hill, about 250 meters that way, there is a creek. And on the side of the creek, you have deposits. Small veining. Some have had analysis results of up to 3 ounces or 100 grams per ton of gold. We've had some decent results there, and there's a couple shafts along the edge of the creek, and those are obviously sunk about 100 years ago. Definitely going to be a contact somewhere between that creek and here, because you have a schistose rock hit there. On this side you have more of a chert-like silicous rock. Anyway, that's an interesting deposit for you. Kind of out of the ordinary, and definitely something you don't see every day. And, like my prospecting partner said, if all else fails, we can make face masks. This will be the most expensive cosmetic clay you'll ever buy. $1,000 for a gram. After the ladies are done with their face mask, the guys can pan the remnants. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and this interesting deposit. Take care. Have a good one. And stay safe out there.